Director Brohl, thanks for joining me today. Last year, or at the beginning of this year, Colorado started a very new policy venture in legalizing recreational marijuana, and we have about approached the one-year anniversary. Can you tell us a little bit about how the state is doing rolling out this new policy area?
Well, thank you, John. I appreciate being here. Actually, the rollout has been, pretty smooth. We rolled out on January 1st. We were out in full force, making sure that all of the businesses were in compliance. And for the most part, they all were. Mainly anything that was out of compliance was just a question that they had to just do a little bit of tweaking, and everything worked out really well. In the intervening time, it's been a lot of work still. Just implementing on January 1st wasn't kind of it. And so what we've been able to do is really look at how things were working and then just continue to tweak. A couple things that we've done is taken a look at edibles. So we've promulgated some additional rules on that. We've had a couple of different stakeholder groups. And we've also been addressing things like production management because that's a really big deal. And we've gotten new data. We actually got our demand study. And so, we were reacting to that and responding to that. And then the last thing is we're really working through the implementation of the testing requirements.
On the question of testing requirements, it was a big issue at the beginning of the rollout, understanding how much THC is in different products, edibles, but also in flower. How has that process gone in terms of readying the state to get the information that they need and then turning that into policy change?
Good question. Actually, what we were able to do, as you know, because everything kind of hit the ground running, we would have loved to have had all the labs up in advance of January 1st. That was not a possibility because we were also licensing them at the same time that we were licensing the businesses. But we were able to get them up and certified. And right now, as of today, we have 15 labs that are up and certified to do testing. What they're certified to do right now is potency testing, and we rolled that out in late spring. So by June, we had the requirements out there for potency testing on flower, concentrate, and also edibles.
One of the challenges that your partner in legalizing marijuana, Washington, has been with supply, and states that have legalized medical marijuana have also faced other challenges with having supply shortages and, as a result, price increases. How has the state dealt with the demand that consumers have and the ability of the market to deliver?
Well, one of the advantages that Colorado had was we had a pretty regulated medical marijuana market. As you know, we had licensed medical cultivations, licensed medical stores, and licensed medical products manufacturers. With that in mind, what we were able to do was allow for those businesses to be the first set that migrated over to recreational or retail marijuana usage or provisioning. And what that meant then was that there was already a built-in supply. Because, as you know, it takes 3 to 4 months for, a flower to grow. So what we needed to do is have something that was going to be there on January 1st. So we allowed businesses to either migrate fully, or they could do a partial conversion, or they could wait until July and then just apply for a brand new license.
And so the supply shortages that we heard about on January 1st tended to go away quite quickly as the full market came into effect?
Yes, it did, actually. And what my responsibility is and what my goal is to look at the overall market. So an individual business might have had a shortage, but overall the market had sufficient supply to meet the demand.
And since then, we've seen Colorado relax the initial requirements that producers had to be from the medical system and allowed new entrants to the market. How has that transition to allowing new market actors been?
Well, it's been really interesting because when we allowed the first group to migrate over and they were all experienced medical marijuana businesses, it was easier, right? And that was actually one of the reasons that we did it, was because we could migrate them over, and it gave us and it gave those businesses a chance to kind of ramp up and get up to speed. In October, or July, when we started to accept applications from new entrants and new individuals coming into this market, it took a little bit more work, and we worked with them a little more closely because they were not as experienced in this kind of work, and also in the regulatory environment. This is a heavily regulated industry, and so there are a lot of things that they have to take into account. Everything from background checks for employees, background checks for themselves, financial checks, all the way to having the MED, the Marijuana Enforcement Division, approve their space and where they're going to put everything. So this was a new thing for them. So that one took a little bit longer, but we've still been meeting the deadlines that we need to meet, and we have started to issue those licenses.
Well, thank you for joining me today, Director Brohl.
Oh, you're very welcome. I appreciate the opportunity to provide some additional information.